Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the Armchair podcast, proudly sponsored by North Stand. It's not really, but if you want to sponsor us, they do some amazing graphic design and merch and beer mats. But there's not beer in there because we are a podcast for all ages and abilities. But yeah, the Armchair podcast is basically a weekly sporting podcast where we talk about the latest sporting news, more specifically Arsenal in general, but Premier League football and just everything in between. So in this episode, we're specifically going to talk about Arsenal versus Southampton, which is a game that took place today. Well, if this is released on Sunday, it took place on Saturday at 12:15.
Yeah, to be exact.
So, yeah, what we're going to talk about on today's podcast is firstly the lineup. Willian, just full stop.
Yeah. Ellipses.
Nketiah and Balogun, who we missed, who we need in the summer, and the lineup on Tuesday and prediction. So firstly, let's just get into it. Lineup. What was your thoughts on the lineup today?
I thought Mikel Arteta was in a bit of a difficult position because you've got a game so soon on Tuesday. And you don't really want to risk that game. The position we're in the league, as we all know, is not really ideal. And we need to get out of that. So we at least need to be, I mean, if we finish below 8th, it's really, I mean, it's not good already. Let's be honest. It's pretty terrible for a club of our stature.
I think the problem is, because we've done so badly in the league this season and the start, we want to keep momentum in the Premier League.
Exactly.
We did so well with momentum in the Europa League. The Premier League's become an issue. Yeah. I don't think the FA Cup is as much of an issue, bearing in mind that he's been there, he's done that. Arteta's won the FA Cup in his first year as manager. Let's not forget, people.
Silverware.
Let's not forget.
No.
Lampard is yet to do that and never will.
Ole,
frankly, in my opinion.
The semi-final bottler. That's 4, isn't it?
Just calm down a bit because they are top of the Premier League.
Passion. Yeah, true.
Not for long, though, I don't think. But anyway, that's a separate discussion. But yeah, lineup. I thought. What was your point on the lineup then?
I just think the lineup, it was quite hard for Arteta because he was in like an impossible position. Because if he went all guns blazing, we had an injury or we didn't play well anyway, and then we get to Tuesday and we don't win that match, it would have been,
I think the thing is, I don't think people are bothered about the lineup. I think that was expected. He was going to rest, and Tuesday is the most important game. And it gives him chance to see technical malfunction there, guys.
No, there.
It gives Arteta the chance to see rotate and see who could potentially push their way into the Premier League team. Yeah. None of them.
No.
That's what we learned from this game.
I mean, Pepe was decent today.
Pepe is literally, I could do a whole podcast on Pepe.
Because
it is
quite a hard
he's
issue.
Such a weird person. He's, as I said on my channel, he's all style and no substance. I think he's got the potential to be a fantastic player, and he's shown glimpses of it, but he reminds me of Mesut Ozil in a way, like sort of mercurial player and I don't even think he's a level of that. Like he shows glimpses, but is he a consistent player who you can rely on week in, week out? I don't actually know. And I was close to calling him a flop.
Well, here's a stat about today.
Okay.
He created 5 chances today for us.
Yeah, well that's the thing.
The whole rest of the squad combined created just 3.
I'm not saying. I think he's one of the better players today.
He was.
I think he was.
He was the best player. I think.
Yeah.
Because everyone else. I mean, if you're talking about Pepe underperforming, we have to talk about Nketiah as well. I mean, the thing is, Arteta, all he can do is pick the lineup. At the end of the day, he's picked the lineup. He's said to these players, these are experienced players, particularly Willian. He's saying, this is your chance to show me why you deserve to get back in the Premier League team. And no one really took the game by the scruff of the neck and said, you know what, I'm going to show you. And I think it was hard for Pepe because Southampton were just really good, particularly in the first half.
Yeah, I think credit to Southampton, they were good, but equally we were really shit in the first half. And I think when we made those changes, positives, when Partey came on, he dominated the midfield. He gave away a few stray passes, but he's coming back from injury and he's not had a consistent run. I think when he gets consistent run, he's a game changer. But yeah, I don't think any of them have particularly shown that they're pushing to get in that Premier League, apart from say Pepe, who I don't think ever gets in over Saka at the moment, just because he's so young, he's got so much potential, and he does so much, i.e. crosses into the box and chances created.
He can just do it all, really.
I think Pepe, for me, I think he might stay at Arsenal now. He could leave equally, but I think he's turning into sort of a squad player, if anything. Someone who comes off the bench and makes an impact rather than a starter.
Which is not great,
which is quite concerning for the money. I think the price was overinflated. I think
There's
72 million.
Definitely dodgy.
Something went a bit fishy
once
there.
again, we could talk about this
I think his actual price was probably like 50 million we paid, which is still overpaying for him. It's a shame because I think like he actually, I can't tell if he's really sad and he's trying really hard or if he just couldn't give a shit. So he's one of the players we're yet to work out. I'm sure we'll see in the future like where he goes, but I think we know where Willian's going, which is straight in the bin.
Yeah, Willian.
So let's talk about Willian.
I kind of feel sorry for him. I do feel like he's a bit unlucky in times. You know, there's certain times, but for the most part, he's just not very good.
He's not.
Just really
I think
bad.
he does this thing where he gets the ball on the wing, I've noticed. It's so strange. He gets the ball on the wing, and there's a defender down the line, and he's got two choices. He can either run down the line and try and take on the player, or he can pass back to the defender and make a run and create some space. What he does is he'll get the ball, feint to do a run, and then he'll go run around three players who chase him, and then he'll end up just passing it back anyway. And he does that time and time again. I think at his age, I think he's still got pace, but I think, to be honest, quite frankly, in my opinion, I just think he can't be arsed. I think he's got to that age now where it's like, I don't want to take someone on. He's not very he's risk averse, and I think he's not really bothered if he gets into the team or not. He's on loads. I think it's a bad business decision from Arsenal. I know it's a free transfer, but he's on a lot of wages, and there's obviously something in his contract. I think that he has to play so many minutes for Arsenal. And that's why he's getting played, because he's not very good.
No,
and that's a full stop.
I think Willian. It's once again though. I think I see why Arteta wants to persist with him because he's brought him in. But at the end of the day, he's your signing. He's flopped. You need to admit that, and you just need to not play him. Then again, who would you have played there today then? If you didn't go Willian, who you putting in that kind of cam role? I wouldn't put Emile Smith-Rowe because once again, you've got Tuesday on the horizon.
No, I think obviously now I've got him play him like in the FA Cup and the Europa League and stuff.
Yeah. So really, I don't think it's really, other than the signing, whether that was Edu or
I just
Arteta,
think Willian's that role there.
Yeah.
Bring someone up from the under-23. Someone from the under-23s, did Willian make an impact? No.
No.
Is someone in the under-23s might give the ball away a bit more and stuff and be a bit more rusty? That's a risk worth taking. Yeah. Not on a 33-year-old player who's just left from Chelsea, which he probably hated Arsenal, to be honest.
Well,
or he probably...
He plays like he does.
Yeah. So anyway, Willian, to be honest, I can't wait to see the back of the guy. I'm sure he's a very nice guy outside of playing football.
It will be a long time
before
we do.
Yeah, I know, but he's just crap.
Which is even more worrying.
He's crap. So I wonder if he'll actually go. That's the worry for me.
But then again, I think an issue in this match was, which I hope that we never see again, is the abomination that is an El Neni Xhaka midfield. That is terrible. El Neni Xhaka midfield. El Neni is essentially a worse version of Xhaka. So what you've got there are just two Xhakas that just play, they get the ball, they turn, they pass, that's it.
I think the only positive of that is that El Neni's not got the temperament of Xhaka, but if he did, that'd be a disaster class.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not great. I think the trouble with that midfield, it's not very fluid.
No.
It's not very...
dynamic.
Yeah, and it's not like El Neni, neither of them are a destroyer.
No.
So it's not like, they're both the same player, I agree. I think that's a terrible midfield pair, and I think it should never happen ever again.
I mean, if you go back, I remember that Crystal Palace game where we had Emery. Wasn't it a Xhaka El Neni midfield which was played against Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
And that was bad.
So yeah,
it's just bad.
It is bad.
So I hope we never see that again. But, with that, you just saw the difference that Partey made. Yeah, he didn't have his best game, but he was through into that game.
I think some people said on Twitter that we'll get onto who we need in the summer, but I think one of them is someone who can sit in that midfield role alongside Partey and be reliable.
Yeah.
So we'll just yet to work out. But I just to come back on Willian before we move on to the next point, I always thought he was the type of guy. He seems like the type of guy to move to China. And I thought that's what he would do after Chelsea.
Yeah.
Seems like the type of
just
guy.
That money move.
The fact that he came to Arsenal was strange. I don't think it's ever going to come
It just seems like it just doesn't have that fire in his belly.
Get out!
Do you know what I mean? It's just like...
Sorry.
It's okay. I just feel like he doesn't care, exactly like you said. So
yeah. All right, let's move on to Nketiah situation. You've got some strong opinions on Nketiah.
I just think he's just not going to be good enough for Arsenal. I think he'd be good in the Championship.
He was good in the Championship.
But I just like that kind of scruffy game where he might just get a toe on the ball in the box, but he doesn't have presence really. You know, when you watch Emile Smith Rowe, you watch Saka, and even in the cameos we've seen Balogun, who we'll get onto, they've just got this. Martinelli, he's got that in bags. Yeah, he's
presence
got
blood.
You know, to quote troops who we don't want to who we might not want to quote as much. Presence blood. Yeah.
He has got presence though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's true. Who, Nketiah?
No, sorry. Balogun's got presence.
Yeah.
I just think, I don't know. I think Nketiah might end up coming good. I'm not sure he is the level of Arsenal. And then I think it's hard to compare because Balogun's come on and we've seen glimmers, but he's not come on and I've thought, oh my God, like he's great.
But how much has he played?
Yeah, I know he hasn't played a lot. You could say the same about Joe Willock as well. He's played so much, and to me, I don't think he's Arsenal quality.
No.
But
how many times have we started Nketiah?
I think I'll make a prediction. I think Emile Smith Rowe
nothing.
and Saka will have a future at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think Joe Willock and Nketiah probably don't.
No way.
And
the problem is, and this is what we'll lead on to, Nketiah is holding up the development of other players, e.g. Balogun.
Yeah, I think the reason why Balogun's not playing over Nketiah is
the contract
one,
situation.
we've not seen him enough, he might actually not be ready. Number two, contract situation, which I think he might even want to move away from Arsenal. Like all them things on Twitter where he's posting like the timer thing. I don't know. I just think it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Players who love the club and stuff would not be posting stuff like that unless they're on the verge of signing a new contract. No. So yeah. He did look good in the under-23s. He made this like amazing solo run.
Did you see what
night.
He posted though after the game?
What?
So I don't know, you probably would have seen this, but he's posted a video of him running through those two players straight after the game finished in the FA Cup. So the attitude to me, I mean, he's showing exactly what he has and what why he wants to play, but it's more like I don't know.
Why the hell am I not in this squad?
It's just really
Arsenal?
I just think it's a bit unprofessional.
If I did that solo run, I would post that straight away.
What, after the game?
Straight away, yeah.
I don't know.
It's a great solo run. What, you mean after the FA Cup game ended?
After the FA Cup game.
So
after the FA Cup game, the game finished.
Well, at least that
Nketiah's not obviously played that well. He's just posted it straight away.
Yeah, that's funny.
Personally, Arteta will know the quality he's got.
Yeah, but I rate that. I just think he's saying...
No, I think that's a marketing strategy.
Yeah, no, it probably is as well.
That's what I think it is, personally. It just seems like... I don't know, I've just got this gut feeling that he's just...
Either way, I
move.
wouldn't want to lose him because he seems like a quality player, but either way, I don't really care because how many good strikers, how many good forward players have we found over the years? So if he goes, I don't give a crap.
That's what I mean. I mean,
we've not ever, I've been worried about, oh my God, we're not going to get a quality striker. We've never had that problem.
Giroud.
Yeah, okay, but he's still... Say what you want about Giroud, he's still decent.
He was okay.
So, and we've not struggled to score goals. Moving on, it's a good segue. Who have we missed? Obviously, we've been lacking creativity since the Premier League started. We're starting to find that again with the youngsters like Saka and
I mean, it's
Emile Smith Rowe. But who did we miss in this game? Do you think? If you could pick one, Emile Smith Rowe, really?
Yeah,
because I think
we missed a number 10.
Personally, I think we missed a number 10. But if I was to choose any player who would have started that game, I would have picked Tierney. I think he makes such a big difference, and I know Emile Smith Rowe is quality, and we lacked a cam. But against that game where we drew, what was the last game where we didn't get a good result?
It was the 0-0 Crystal Palace.
Yeah, 0-0 Crystal Palace. I just think Emile Smith Rowe and Saka went a bit missing in that game, and after watching that, I just realised how important Tierney was, especially when he was out briefly with that injury. I think we just missed that directness from him crossing to the box and taking people on. We didn't get that from Pepe, and Willian seem to dribble a lot and don't take anyone on.
Well, Pepe did put a few crosses in.
Yeah, no, he did. Crosses. Yeah.
So I feel like if we had played Tierney, I just think the issue, there were so many issues with the lineup for me. Even if, let's say in theory, we played Tierney and we had Nketiah starting again, he might have not taken the chances that Tierney made.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And also,
I don't know. I feel like Nketiah didn't get any proper clear-cut chances. I know
he got that one.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But all of them were like, it wasn't. He's through on goal.
Aubameyang would have finished that one though that he had, and Forster tipped it away.
Yeah,
he didn't. He
had to toe pod it though because someone was coming.
Yeah, I guess.
You've got that. He knew someone was onto him. Aubameyang. I reckon Aubameyang would have probably tried to toe pod that as well. What are you supposed to do in that situation? And to be fair, it was a good save, and he got a deflection. So he tried to toe pod it through his legs.
Yeah.
It might have gone through his legs. So without the deflection, we don't know.
But I just feel like it's always. With Nketiah, it's always like, he's nearly did something. He nearly had an impact.
He's got a bit of promise, and I still think let's just see
like
how he goes.
We could cash into it.
If I ever see Nketiah in my life, I don't go, oh no. I don't think he's that bad that I think, oh no.
How many games has he played? He's played a lot. I mean,
I know what you mean. He's not really scored.
Was it the Leicester game?
Yeah, he's not
he
scored.
Absolutely, no offence to him, and I do think that there is a player in there for some level, e.g. the Championship or even a lower level Premier League club. But I just think there's something he just misses. His link-up play isn't quite. It's not like on a Lacazette level. His finishing's not quite Aubameyang.
He's still developing though. Like look at Aubameyang when he was 21 or whatever it is. He was playing in Saint Etienne somewhere in the French league.
Yeah.
He's got so much time, and I think he's definitely got that technical. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, right, okay.
He's definitely got that technical he's got that technical skill about him. He's got a nose for the box, for the goal. Yeah, I think he will come good. He's got a natural striker ability.
Yeah.
Just needs time, and this might not be his time. I think the best thing we can do is send him out on loan.
Yeah, agreed. He needs playing time.
Yeah, I'd be happy to keep him at Arsenal because I think he will come good eventually. I think he does need a loan move though. Anyway, let's move on to, speaking of loan moves, summer and January. We're linked with Ødegaard. Who do you think we need, and who do you think we're actually going to get? I know we've just signed Matt Macy, which is a good backup signing for a keeper. So.
Well, I think we're going to get Ødegaard.
Yeah.
Well, according to what everyone's saying, that it's really close.
When Ornstein's tweeting about it,
it's getting real. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even we've got.
You made a good point earlier about Ødegaard. Is it going to be another Denis Suarez?
Yeah,
because that was weird.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a weird one.
Because he's just really like Denis Suarez, where he was a young player who played for one of these, mercurial clubs who never quite got in there. Why? Must be a reason for that. And
he was good last season,
ages.
and I think Zidane's got a terrible track record with young players. He just doesn't really use them.
Yeah.
And I feel like
at Real Madrid, there's so much pressure. I feel like if you're not on it straight away and you're scoring goals and creating chances, he will just leave you out, and that's it. You're forgotten about because he can get. There's so many they can get anyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think I don't mind taking a punt on him, especially if it's a loan move and his wages on astronomically high. Apparently, it's only till June as well, which is perfect. Yeah. And it just gives us that extra option. Like if we need to chuck on an extra midfielder if it's not working out against Southampton or I don't know Brighton at home and we're 0-0.
I think it is worth it. I mean, even if he doesn't come in and light it up, like you say, he can just come in and even so if he plays in an 8 role as well, because who have we really got in that 8 role? I mean, there's Dani Ceballos, but he's not.
I think he's
really
sort
great,
of they sort of perhaps maybe giving Ceballos and that maybe a push, giving them some competition, and Emile Smith-Rowe as well. Because the thing is with Emile Smith-Rowe, he could easily have a dip in form because he's comfortable. Because no one's, I know that probably won't happen because young players are hungry, but he's got no one competing for his spot.
Yeah.
And we need an extra creative midfielder. So I think if that happens, that's good business. In the summer. That could be a whole other podcast. I think we'll leave that, to be honest. We just need a bloody clear out. I mean, it's some good transfers. Clearing out Ozil and Kolasinac was good, and Socrates.
And a lot of the deadwood does go. I mean, David Luiz is on his way out. He's not necessarily deadwood. He's more just not.
He was a good temporary signing. I think. Obviously, I don't think he's not going to last.
He's all right.
But I think he's been all right since he came to Arsenal.
Overall,
in general, he's made some absolute howlers, and he's been.
Yeah,
but he's been all overall. I've been pleasantly surprised at how well he's fitted in with Arsenal. He's not caused any shit apart from rumours, and he's been a decent player for us. I would say.
He's been okay.
Yeah, better than some defenders in the Premier League, definitely.
In Arsenal.
I think Willian is a disaster. Honestly, Willian, seriously, mate. But anyway, we're coming towards the end of the podcast. Just want to briefly touch on Tuesday. Obviously, we play Southampton again. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to that. Do you think we're going to win? What's your predictions, lineup-wise and everything? What are you saying?
I do think we're going to win because we've literally just had an example of what not to do.
Yeah.
So hopefully...
An example of what to do towards the end of the first.
Yeah, and Arteta's not an idiot. So I think if we start Partey, because we looked really good when he was on, Tierney, I think we did miss him, and Emile Smith-Rowe.
If we play with our full strength lineup and we actually play well, I think we will.
Aubameyang, we're not sure on the situation. He might not be in the squad.
I think he will be by Tuesday. You'd hope so.
I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, well.
But you'd hope he is.
If not, I'm not too
I just feel like we're going to have a much better team in general.
Yeah.
So I
think we're going to win. I'm going to go with the 2-1. I think it'll be marginal. I think it'll be a very close game because Southampton will show up again.
They are good, yeah. They're a good team.
But yeah, anyway, guys, I think that wraps this one up. If you've enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We're going to be doing this podcast every single week, talking about Arsenal after the games and stuff like that. And we might also expand onto other topics in sports and other Premier League teams. Anything to say, Josh?
No, I think that about covers it all. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, thank you for listening as well. Like if you're on the
Spotify's or the
I was going to say if you was on the shitter.
Oh yeah.
Because it is it's a show, but if you want to listen to it as a podcast, you can.
Yeah. So
that's why we call it the Armchair Podcast. More of a show.
It's more, but it can be both.
Yeah.
So take it how you want.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably going to leave it, but
nah. Yeah. Well, that's about it, isn't it?
All right. We'll see you next time.